Well, here we are. It's after my state's gun season. It's all closed up. And now we're into what we consider the late season. And for us, it's muzzle loading for a couple weeks and then bow closes out and archery. And for some of you, your gun season's just started. But the reality is, in most of the Midwest anyway, that secondary rut that everybody's crazed for, it's almost non-existent, or it's just a flash in the pan. If you're a seasoned hunter, you've seen that occasional buck following a doe, but it's not the helter-skelter run it used to be. And the truth is, if you're betting on that, you're probably not going to have a good hunt. You know, the reality is this. Right now, you should be concentrating on cover and food, being browse and carbohydrates. And in corn country, that's corn stubble where the fields were badly picked or there was some damage and there's a lot of corn down. The other side of this is now you start seeing great big herds of deer in cornfields. And if you're lucky, you've got one of those fields where you hunt. The truth on that one is that's called yarding. Not all those deer actually belong to where you hunt. You start picking up deer from miles around because they slowly start filtering into these fields that perennially are dirty picked, or just for whatever reason, there's always a lot of food left in them. The other side of this is if your fields are chisel plowed, you're kind of in trouble. And beans this time of year, it's mostly protein. Those deer don't need a lot of protein right now. What they need is high sugar content food to make fats and exist. So your hunting should change now. Deep covered bedding areas where the cold's not as bad, right next to the highest carbohydrates on the farm or the area where there's oak thickets where there's a lot of acorns, they're still going to be there trying to scoop up those too, because there's still some of those on the ground. You know, hunting for me is over for the year because, you know, as I told you before, I'm not feeling great. But that's going to change. And next year is next year. And you should start planning ahead right now and thinking about what all happened this year and where it was so good and where it wasn't so good. And this time of year, it's more about their stomachs, cover, and a lot of luck. I wish you luck, good luck, and remember, you're hunting food and bedding now more than anything else.